Hi guys, this is Shashikala Patel and today we are going to learn about role of family, community and NGOs towards inclusive education. As we know, family is the first school for the child, whether he or she is disabled or non-disabled. Family means the place where the child is born. Family does not mean just the mother and father of the child. The family includes the siblings, grandparents, uncle, aunts, caregivers, doctors, and any adult who comes into contact with the child. It is the place where the child first learns about himself or herself and the larger community and thus develops a right attitude and behavior in the society. Family plays an important role in the overall development of the child. So let's see parental involvement for inclusive. Parent involvement is essential for solving the problems that schools, children, and families face. Parents fulfill basic obligations like providing for their child's health and safety, getting the child ready for school, and building the kind of home environment that supports learning. The school creates contacts between school and parents. The school communicates with parents about school programs, sends out report cards, and so on. Next point is parents can also involve themselves in the following activities like parents join activities at school by assisting the teacher and attending the functions. And parents participate in learning activities and policy matters at school, including parent teacher association, advocacy groups, etc. The next one is parents can serve as counselors for the differently abled children, and parents can help the teachers to identify marginalized groups for placement in the school. Parents can act as co-educators for educating exceptional children. Furthermore, parents can act as social agents in working with the government agencies for claiming the rights of disabled children. Next point is community involvement for inclusive. After the role of family comes the role of society or the community to which the family of the child belongs. An individual first comes into contact with the family, then the larger community. A community plays an important role in betterment of health and development of its people and families, especially a democratic country like India. Community addresses the issues of its members and the families to which each person belongs as a single entity. Each one of our growth and development is closely linked to the resources available in the immediate environment where we live. Local area based planning favors greater involvement of communities in education and training of children with special educational needs. Local leaders encourage community participation by giving support to representative associations and invite them to take part in decision making. Mobilizing and monitoring of mechanisms involving local and civil administration, education, health and development authorities, community leaders, and voluntary organizations should be developed. Supplement school activities, provide help in doing homework, and compensate for lack of family support. And family associations, elderly people, youth clubs, volunteers, and persons with and without disabilities should cooperate in both in and out of the school program. Mobilizing of community resources is required for active community participation. Now, next point is role of NGOs in supporting inclusive school. Non-governmental organizations should be empowered to take the responsibility for the programs of education and rehabilitation of the disabled. In India, NGOs play a significant role in initiating, supporting, and implementing a variety of services for people deemed to be the less privileged in our society. The Government of India, as well as state governments, adopted the policy of supporting NGOs for establishing various educational, training, and development organizations for the disabled children. The Government of India evolved a scheme of assistance to voluntary organizations for people with disabilities in the early 60s, which continues to be operational and is being implemented under the auspices of the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. Similarly, almost all the state governments have adopted a grant in aid code for providing financial support to voluntary organizations. Currently, NGOs in the country are expected to perform all functions of service provisions, including coordinating with administration, networking with other NGOs, undertaking advocacy, mobilizing resources, promoting research, and human resource development. Next point is assistance in inclusion by NGO. The key role of NGOs is in mobilizing community participation. The NGOs have made a significant impact. Contribution in the area of inclusion through the activities of early intervention, assessment, and therapy. Services, parents, education, formation of self-help groups. Their objective also cover organizing training. Programs for rural rehabilitation workers, special and other educators, teachers and parents, children with special needs, and the community. The parents, family members, thus we can conclude that parents, family members, community persons, and NGOs may help in the identification and diagnosis of the problems associated with the impairments or disabilities of the suffering children. In case the difficulty is pointed out by the teacher and school authorities, the necessary support for its follow-up, remediation, and treatment is also properly availed through the active participation of the family and community. They can contribute to the proper running of an inclusive school by registering their presence and participation in parent-teacher associations. They can help in the preparation of individuals as well as combined education plans for the education and adjustment of the disabled children, and provide active help and assistance for the solution of the problems and difficulties encountered in the implementation of inclusive education. So, in this way, today we have seen role of family, community, and NGOs towards inclusive education. Thank you for giving your valuable time.